All right, everyone, and welcome back to another Coast to Coast live online showcase. My name's Adonis. I'm going to be your host for today's event, and as usual, I'm joined by three very special guest judges who will be overseeing this entire event today. Let me introduce them one at a time. First up on the judge lineup, he's a director of A&R over at Rock Nation. Polo, welcome back to another Coast to Coast live online showcase. How you doing, man?
Yeah, man. Bless, man.
Awesome. It's always a pleasure to have you, Polo. Thank you so much for joining us for today's event. We always have a question we ask our judges. My question for you today, Polo, what does a label like Rock Nation bring to the table? Meaning, how can they really help a new artist?
I mean, the labels are the machines. Definitely, we're living in a world where now, because of the technology, you're able to actually go a little further than, before. Obviously with the internet, with social media, with all the music platforms, that you're able to get your music, across the map. But the label is the foundation, is the guys that bring the attention to bring the attention towards your brand. They help you take your brand to the next level. A machine helps you with the radio, trying to get it on radio. That's something that's important as well. That brings longevity to your music. You know, a label job is to enhance what you already have done. I always tell people, we look for those artists that are working because we're gonna piggyback off of that and bring the extra stuff that they don't have going on. The marketing, the branding, the radio side of it, the e-commerce side of it. So it's a lot to it. You know what I'm saying? It's you can be independent now, but honestly, without a label, you can only go but so far unless you become, a Drake, and your name just goes crazy all over the world. But even Drake has a machine behind him.
For sure. And Polo, real quick, in your opinion, should an artist be established before they seek out a label? Or can they just
I
go in
would
new?
I would say it helps you in the negotiation. It gives you more leverage when you have more stuff going on. And it makes the job, the label easy. It makes their job a little more easier as well. And again, the more money get invested in you, the more money that has to be paid back. So I always believe that if you already have something going on, if you already have a fire, that we can just add more fuel to it. It's a better situation. You know what I mean? But there's artists that don't have the access, don't have the the resources that everybody else might have. So there's times where we might take somebody who's just based off skills and our vision as an A&R. We try to see the overall vision. We try to see 10 years down the line, even though we're in square one. We still try to see what's the artist is going to look like 5 years, 6 years from now. You know what I mean? Because that's where our job is to find that talent. So it's you're giving both, but I always say definitely have more going for yourself. That way you have leverage when you come to get these deals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely well said. Polo, such a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us for today's online showcase. Up next on the judge lineup, he's a platinum producer. He's worked with artists such as Young Jeezy, LUDACRIS, Rick Ross, 50 Cent, 2 Chainz, and much, much more. You guys know him. It's DJ Pain One. Pain One, welcome back to another Coast to Coast Live online show. How you doing, man?
Thanks for having me. Life is good.
Awesome. It's always a pleasure to have you, Pain One. My question for you today, you're a platinum producer. Let's get your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on songwriters? We get a lot of artists that tune in and they reach out to us saying, they want to take the more original route. They want to write their own lyrics, but they don't really have that talent to write a song. You know what I mean? So in your opinion, are songwriters really essential for upcoming artists?
I mean, I think they're as essential as the situation makes them. Some artists are songwriters, some songwriters are artists, but not all artists are songwriters, and not all songwriters are, well, they're all artists, but they're not all necessarily solo recording artists. And, a ton of people who started off as songwriters blossomed into these global celebrities. Bruno Mars, for example, Esther Dean, people like them. And then there are people who are still in the background, like Justin Bieber's songwriter. What is his name? Big Pooh, I think, something like that.
Yeah.
And so, like, the fact that I can't even remember his name, but the dude's probably just taking a bath in $100 bills right now. That shows you something about how songwriters really are successful and influential and necessary for the creation of a lot of these hits. So, look at it however you want. You can look at it as hiring a songwriter. You can look at it as collaborating. Whatever the case is, there's number one, no shame in it. And number two, I look at collaboration as an opportunity to learn because, for example, if I'm working with a songwriter, I'm looking at their songwriting process the whole time. I'm not just seeing it as transactional, like, okay, you wrote the song, cool, I'm done. I'm looking at it like, how did you structure this song? Okay, you have a pre-chorus here. Okay, you changed the melody for the chorus. Okay, you have runs here. Your melody has this kind of movement. You A-B the verses, that kind of thing. So there's a lot that can be learned from these collaborative situations.
Awesome. DJ Pain One, such a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us for today's online showcase, Pain One. And last but certainly not least, he's the Vice President of A&R at Motown Capitol Records, Shawn Barron. Welcome back to another Coast to Coast Live online showcase, Shawn. How you doing, man?
I'm all good. How are you?
Awesome, Shawn. My question for you today, you're the Vice President of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. You've worked with a lot of artists in the past, worked on a lot of music. What are your thoughts on managers? We get a lot of artists as well. They reach out to us. They say, oh, I need a manager. Can you hook us up with a manager? What are your thoughts on that? Is that really essential to a new artist up and coming today?
I feel like it's essential, but once you have your first couple of steps right, so you need your music right. Yeah, I mean, that's the most important thing. You have to come with a product that can be managed. So you have to have your music correct first and foremost. I feel like just a lot of people want to skip steps in terms of like music and just get to the end result, but the music is number one.
Awesome. Shawn Barron, such a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us for today's online event. That's our star lineup of judges. We have a great lineup of artists as well. At least 7 artists are joining us today. They each submitted a song or a video, which we'll watch live alongside all 3 of those judges. Now, today, the judges are deciding whether or not to give each artist a pass or a no pass. If an artist gets at least 2 passes, that means they're headed straight to the Coast to Coast Live World Championship next year, where they'll compete for the $50,000 in grand prizes. So we're going to kick this event off with the first artist on the lineup. We have T-Todd. T-Todd, let me go ahead, bring you on into the main room with me and the other 3 of the judges. All right, so we have T-Todd. Can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Awesome, we got you, man. What's up? Where you from?
All right, I'm from Detroit, Michigan. How's it going? I just first want to say thank you for the opportunity, man.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us. And what is your social media so everyone could go ahead and go check you out?
Well, I am at Instagram. I'm T-Todd_the with an ATHA_great. That's my epithet, T-Todd the Great. You can Google me at T-Todd313. You can find me all across platforms at T-Todd313 as well.
Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about your song that we're about to listen to today. This is actually a music video. He's on Fire. Yes. What is this all about? What are we about to watch here?
Well, He's on Fire is my very first music video. I've been doing this for a very long time, so I've been kind of learning and trying to see what it is to actually bring the best out of myself. I've tried to produce the track myself. I did the mixing and mastering myself. And, everything was done with like local people. The videographer was local here in Detroit, Michigan. I went to high school with him. Very good 4K quality. And pretty much it's just to say that I'm on fire. I'm fresh. I'm the newest artist coming and I'm buzzing. It's pretty much to let people know I'm here. You know what I'm saying?
Awesome. Well, there you have it. Let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. This is He's on Fire with T-Todd official music video. Let's go ahead and load this up. We'll be right back.
Yeah. He's on fire. Can't find touch ain't changed, man. I'm still leaving hoes at the dial tone. I'm wild, homes. You can get stuffed like a cow zone. Yeah, I'm from the D. You may know it as the foul zone. You can catch a text talking foul. Whole ladies let us style, yo. Light skin winning shit. If you say we not, I hope you pay for your opinion, bitch. I don't really give a shit about a nigga trying to hate. She the only one to hit, so why the fuck she trying to date? Yeah, I'm mean good. I ain't about to miss a dinner plate. Look, if you ain't in the hustle, homie, then you in the way. Hell no, I ain't about to play, you must be sick. I stopped playing games when they start putting games on this. A lot of people throwing salt, but it just ain't gon' stick. Silly demons hope you all choke on angel shit. I'm the greatest cause I ain't gon' quit. I know you mad and wanna vid, I'll let you finish in a minute. Cause he's on fire. Fresh and these others are expired. It's obvious these rappers should retire. He's on fire. I noticed that the crown is for the taking. I feel like I should be the one to take. Cause he's on fire. Fresh and these others are expired. It's obvious these rappers should retire. He's on fire. I noticed that the crown is for the taking. I feel like I should be the one to take. Cause he's on fire.
Somebody alert the authorities. I'm a world starter beat. Why nobody recording me? Flow so sick, I got a verbal deformity. Your clique is full of bitches, you should join a sorority. Hail to the king, but the guy get the most praise. School of hard knocks, I did not get the low grades. I was more of a valedictorian, the gatekeeper. Now who wanna challenge a guardian? If you ain't want a part of this, then you shouldn't have started it. I don't follow crowds, I'd rather clap at the audience. Still skywalking the fire starting. It's safe to say you met your match, so try harder. So I was sent to bury your bums. My mother's a math whiz, cause she carried the one. I do it for the culture, I don't care for the funds. I wonder where I get this arrogance from. Oh yeah.
He's on fire. Fresh and these others are expired. It's obvious these rappers should retire. He's on fire. I noticed that the crown is for the taking. I feel like I should be the one to take. Cause he's on fire. Fresh and these others are expired. It's obvious these rappers should retire. He's on fire. I noticed that the crown is for the taking. I feel like I should be the one to take. Cause he's on fire.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the first artist on today's lineup. That was T-Todd with his music video. Let's go right over to our judges. Let's get their thoughts on this. We'll start things off. He's a platinum producer. DJ Pain 1, you'll be up first. What were your thoughts of T-Todd and his music video that he submitted?
This is one of those dilemmas. I really think he can rap. This is one of the few times I've memorized, not intentionally, but memorized lines from a track. He had some dope lines. It wasn't like super witty or anything. I just liked the line, "I stopped playing games when they put games on a disc." It was just memorable. And then the feature was dope. That my mother's a mathematician because she carried the one. That was crazy. So in terms of their talent, there's no denying it. I understand the need and necessity and the pride that you put into doing everything yourself. But you don't always have to. We talked about having co-writers. That's one thing. Maybe some people, especially a lyricist, might look down on that. Something that you wouldn't look down on is hiring an engineer or hiring a vocal producer or something, because that takes nothing away from you as an MC. So I thought the beat really compromised the overall feel of the track. It just sounded dated, and there were some parts of it that were just completely out of tune. I left more notes. I mean, I just wish there were a different beat and a different mix on this song, because the lyrics were dope. So it's hard for me to. I want to pass. I'll pass him. I just don't want him to perform this song.
I feel you. And real quick, Pain 1, let me ask you before you go here. How does an artist avoid being classified as dated? What can an artist do, or a producer do to avoid going into that dated sound?
It's tough. I mean, it takes a lot of analysis and just kind of knowing what sounds are classic but timeless and what sounds were tied to an era, but so much so that nobody carries those sounds over into other eras. So, the kind of the heavy brass big sounding kicks, that kind of stuff, that's early 2000s. We can leave that there. The sample based soulful stuff, yeah, that was big in the 90s, but it's still working now. So it's just really about identifying sounds that will transcend generations and not end up feeling like it's way too caught up in a sonic or musical trend that already died out.
So thank you for that, DJ Payne 1. Giving you your first pass so far, T-Todd, from the judges. Let's go over to the next judge. Let's get his thoughts on this. He's the VP of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, what were your thoughts of T-Todd and his video that he submitted?
I think he needed a better beat, and I just think overall the song needed a lot of work, so I'm going to have to give it a no pass.
No pass from Sean Barron, unfortunately. But we have one pass and one no pass, which means we need a tiebreaker. Today's tiebreaker, he's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, it's all up to you. What'd you think of T-Todd and his video that he submitted?
I agree with the judges. There's parts, in his verses that actually stood out. But overall, the whole song overall to me was just okay. I feel like the beat definitely needed a different beat. The mix could have been better, and then the hook could have been better. I wasn't really feeling the hook, but even the video I wasn't really feeling. So if this is like my first time seeing him, I'm gonna have to say it's a no pass. But I know he has potential, and hopefully, he enters the competition again and comes with a better record. But I don't feel like this one solidified who he was, or was that good discovery record. You know what I mean? As A&R, our first impression is everything. So if this is his discovery record, I wasn't too crazy about it. So I'm gonna have to say it's a no pass, but I know he can enter the competition again.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Polo. No pass, unfortunately, today, T-Todd. But check your email after this event. You're going to get some written feedback from all three of the judges. Thanks again for joining us. We hope to see you again on a future showcase. All right, guys, up next on the lineup, we have Seven Figure Millie. Seven Figure Millie, let me go ahead and bring you on into the main room with me and the other three of the judges. All right, Seven Figure, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
What's going on, man? Where you from?
What's good? I'm from the Bronx, New York.
Representing New York. It's a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us today. What is your social media so everyone could go ahead and go check you out?
My social media is the number 7 EVENFIGURE _ Millie MILLI.
And what's that on? Is that on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook?
That's on Instagram, and I'm on SoundCloud also.
All right, dope. Now tell us a little bit about your song that you submitted today. This is the official music video. It's called Push Start. What are we about to watch here? What is this all about?
Basically, it's just like, it's a good vibe. It's a turn-up song, a club vibe. It's probably like my first song that I ever put out.
Okay, dope. So let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. This is Seven Figure Millie with Push Start, his official music video. Let me go ahead and load this up, and we'll be right back.
All I gotta do is push a button, just start it. Big booty, show your ass looking over retarded. Iced out bitch, show your nigga get it poppin'. Nighttime creepin', I boom with the shotters. So take a trip, I got a plug in New Orleans. Might pound up, big road, they enormous. Big bike, take 2 lanes just to park it. Bitch saying low, you see that, sorry. Waste my time, but you know I'ma fold you. Hit it from the back, I'll show you, we ain't show you. Don't worry about it, nigga, hit dog like old news. Gangsta time, no trip, I put it on you. Swear, nigga, bad if you talking to the cops. Red Lamborghini, just push on the lot. Everywhere we go, yeah, we pay a little park. Stupid little hoe, y'all see what's a thought. Ain't worried about none of you faggots, ain't touching my pockets, little nigga, we doing our thing. Remember them nights, we was doing them things. Look at me now, I'm doing my thing. Y'all niggas is rapping and clapping, my niggas trapping and blasting. Feel like a Fendi fanatic, diamonds on me a paddock. She both of our bitches, she hit us today. Give me mouth like a dime from skate. Where's your friends and them bitches you bringin'? Yeah, yeah. Where's your friends and them bitches you bringin'? I never kiss, I know that she stingin'. Niggas they tellin' us what they singing. Once I fuck her, she gon' get her feelings. Think I care, might still got my feelings. I don't care, but you know I'm a millie. Always solid, keep it a millie. No 100, bitch, I'm one in the middle. Strip club, talking money with 50. I'm just tryna be bigger than 30, yeah. All I gotta do is push the button, just start it. Big boy, show your ass looking retarded. Iced out bitch, every nigga that poppin'. Nighttime creepin', I boom with the shotters. So take a trip, I got a plug in New Orleans. Might pound up, big road, they enormous. Big bite, take 2 lanes, just park it. Bitch ain't loyal, she ain't see that, sorry. Waste my time, but you know I'ma fold you. Hit it from the back, but show you we ain't show you. Don't worry about it, nigga, here dog like old news. Gangsta time, no check, I put it on you. Swear nigga dead if you talking to the cops. Red Lamborghini, just push on the light. Everywhere we go, yeah, we parallel park. Stupid little hoe, yeah, I see you as a thigh. I'm blowing on back my shit. Came from the bottom, I'm trying to get rich. Me and my jeans, the money don't fit. When I'm counting this shit, get on X my shit. Get it from you, tears to marathon, 1 and a 2. Hundreds is blue, too many comments, that got them confused. You told me forever and ever, but you gon' do that nigga better. But now I'm chill, bitch, I always do better. The bunch of kicks on my feet with the sweater. No gym class, cut picture me sweater. I hit that bitch right as soon as I met her. Took you months, I hit that bitch when I met her. Took you months, I hit that bitch when I met her. Be a nigga John Doe, that's no ID. 50 bands in your truck, can't fit in these jeans. Sam getting low, ice freezing my sleep. Ain't going back broke, and I put that on me. Ain't going back broke, if I lose, I'ma take it. Can't wait to pull up and see you niggas' faces. Mind in a hole, but you different little kids. Every shot that shoot, little nigga, I'ma make it. They good spine, I'll fuck around and break it. Effing them gon' fry nigga up like some bacon. Make it disappear in her mouth like she ate it. I'm bougie nigga, only fuckin' she famous. You don't know who I am, but you gotta make a payment. Pass to the gang like a blunt and rotation. Motherfucker on the man, I wasn't even supposed to make it. Shit getting real high like I'm arguing with Satan. Get from down under, talking underneath paper, take the whole with us. But everybody can't make it. I don't do the back for a little, they can just save it. Life is a game, I just know how to play it. I'm good with my words, you can feel it when I say it. For all the money in the world, I wouldn't even trade it. Scratch that, I need all the blue faces. Word of my mama, I'm motherfucking greatest. All I gotta do is push the button, just start it. Big boy, show your ass looking retarded. Iced out bitch, every nigga that poppin'. Nighttime creepin', I boom with the shotters. So take a trip, I got a plug in New Orleans. Might pound up, big road, they enormous. Big bite, take 2 lanes, just park it. Bitch ain't loyal, she ain't see that, sorry. Waste my time, but you know I'ma fold you. Hit it from the back, we'll show you, we ain't show you. Don't worry about it, nigga, here dog like old news. Gangsta time, no check, I put it on you. Swear nigga dead if you talking to the cops. Red Lamborghini, just push on the light. Everywhere we go, yeah, we parallel park. Stupid little hoe, yeah, I see you as a thigh.
All right, everyone, so that was 7 Figure Millie with his song and his music video right there. Let's go over to our judges. Let's see what they thought. We'll start things off. He's the vice president of A&R over at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, you're up first. What do you think of 7 Figure Millie and his song that he submitted?
I thought it was good. I mean, he sounded like a mix of like A Boogie and Lil Baby. So I would just tell you to, you know, take what they doing, but like put your own flip on it. But I thought it was good, so I'm gonna give him a pass.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Sean Barron, giving you your first pass from the judges. Let's go over to the next judge. Let's get his thoughts on this. He's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, what do you think of 7 Figure Millie and his song that he submitted?
Yeah, I thought it was cool. I like the beat. I like the visual. I like his melody and his tone. I just feel like the hook didn't really stand out to me in the record. I know he had it twice in it, but I feel like he had like 3-4 hooks, to be honest with you. I think he was too busy trying to make sure, you know, he has melodies and the song sounded good. You got to make sure that hook sounds good. And I think it was very wordy too. So you got to kind of like work on that and get it, you know, make it a little bit shorter and make it more impactful. He shows potential, which is why I'm going to pass him. But I would suggest he don't continue pushing this song throughout the tournament because then he won't go long. Because again, the hook is so wordy, you miss it and you feel like he has about 3-4 hooks in it. He needs to work on that a little bit better. Just work on the structure, keep the verse, keep the hook. You know, there's pre-choruses and stuff like that, but don't blend everything in. And that's what it felt like. Everything was blended in, and also get a little bit of better mix because there was parts where he was kind of muffling out. You know, he was doing the melody, but it was times I was losing the words that he was saying just because I don't feel like the mix was all the way, was correct. So I'm gonna give him a pass, but there's still work to do, and hopefully he comes stronger in the next round.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Polo, giving you your second pass from the judges. And with that, let's go over to our last judge on the lineup. He's a platinum producer, DJ Payne 1. What were your thoughts of 7 Figure Millie and his song that he submitted?
Yeah, I agree 100% with Polo. I would have passed him too, but I agree with what Polo said.
Awesome. Thank you for that. DJ Payne 1. Well, congratulations, 7 Figure Millie. You're the first artist today headed to the Coast to Coast Live World Championship next year, where you'll compete for the $50,000 in grand prizes. Congrats once again, 7 Figure Millie. We'll see you live on stage next year. All right, guys, next up on the lineup, we have Dumbo Skywalker. Dumbo Skywalker, let me go ahead and bring you on into the main room with me and the other 3 of the judges. All right, Dumbo Skywalker, can you hear us? What's up, man? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, how's it going, man? Where are you from?
I'm from the Bahamas, 242, I'm just to be exact.
Awesome. Representing the Bahamas. It's a pleasure to have you, man. What's your social media so everyone could go ahead and go check you out?
Well, you can check me out on Instagram, 242 Dumbo. That's DUMBO. Check me out on YouTube. That's Dumbo 242.
Awesome. You have Facebook or Twitter at all?
I mean, Facebook would be Cadero Road.
All right, dope. Awesome. Now tell us a little bit about your song that you submitted today. Robert Horry, is that how you pronounce that? What is this all about?
It's called Robert Horry, the basketball player.
And what is the song about?
Well, it's basically a motivational song. Through all the struggles and all the gossip and all that, you just keep moving.
Awesome. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. This is Dumbo Skywalker with his song. Let me go ahead and load this up. We'll be right back.
Got this swag from my daddy, nose from my Grammy, love from my mommy. I don't love no other woman, cause when I was at the bottom, ain't nobody gave me nothing. Never got a whole lot of shit, got a whole lot of hate. I don't give a damn cause I'm too busy ballin' to let them haters hate. Wait, trip on me like I'm in the rain. Shorty, show me her tits, she don't wanna pay. I'ma show her my dick, hope she wanna play. Yeah, she wanna play. Lobster on the plate, wait, poppin' champagne like we wanna race. Now they tryna join the team cause they see me straight. Baby, it ain't no thing, we do this every day. Do this shit every day. Robert Horry, I'm too busy ballin' to be worrying about you broke ass niggas and what you talking. Tell what's up juice in the morning while you wake up to coffee. Got a whole lot of weed and a whole lot of bitches. I ain't got a lot of friends, but everybody know me when I'm in the place. You ain't talking money, get the fuck up out my face. I ain't made $1 million yet, but I'm on the way. Inspire when they see me, they got hate all on their face. Hate all on their face, but I don't care. I'm going so hard and I ain't getting tired even though I'm working. And they don't understand how I make this look like a vacation. Ooh, shawty get naked. Damn, and I ain't gotta say shit. She just wanna ride in the spaceship. I'm too busy ballin' to let them haters hate. Wait, trip on me like I'm in the rain. Shorty, show me her tits, she don't wanna pay. I'ma show her my dick, hope she wanna play. Yeah, she wanna play. Shrimp and lobster on the plate. Wait, poppin' champagne like we wanna race. Now they tryna join the team cause they see me straight. Baby, it ain't no thing, we do this every day. Do this shit every day. Hey, ballin' to let them haters hate. Wait, yeah, we do this shit every day. What you tell them? Robert Horry, yeah. Sour up juice in the morning. Shout out all my homies playing this one back to back. Ain't got no baking soda, but I put that crack on track. Shorty love me, say to Michael Jackson, bad, bad, bad. John with the spoon, I be all in your bitch like bang, bang, bang. I keep it 100 while you niggas fake. Don't believe me, homie, you could check my resume. I ain't even gotta say. But wait, they ain't fucking with the elephant. Stay with them bone crushers so you know we never scared. Hold like a speedboat full of dope, boy, I'm on the way. 2016, I was in jail. Now I got lobster all on my plate. Grab a leaf filled with the medicine, so I cannot hear what you saying. With your comments and your little hating ass. Want some more champagne in my glass. I'm too busy ballin' to let them haters hate. Wait, trip on me like a mangarine. Shorty, show me her tit, she don't wanna pay. I'ma show her my dick, hope she wanna play. Yeah, she wanna play. Shrimp and lobster on the plate. Wait, poppin' champagne like we wanna race. Now they tryna join the team cause they see we straight. Baby, it ain't no thing, we do this every day. Do this shit every day. Ballin' till them haters hate. Wait, trip on me like a Mandarin. Show me her tits, she don't wanna pay. Show her my, oh she wanna play. She wanna play. Wanna play. Wait, poppin' champagne like we wanna race. Tryna join the team cause they see we straight. Baby, it ain't no thing, we do this every day. Do this shit every day. Ayy.
All right, everyone, so that was Dumbo Skywalker with his song that he submitted for us today. Let's go over to our judges. Let's get their thoughts on this. We'll start things off. He's the director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, we'll start off with you. What do you think of Dumbo and his song that he submitted?
Well, this one was interesting. The first 40 seconds, I wasn't really into it. And then after that, I think when he started saying the Robert Horry, I started balling part. I think that's when I really started getting into it and started liking it. I like the melodies that he had in the song. I like his tone. My reservations are I wish the mix was a little bit better and then the song wasn't that long. I don't think the song needed to be 4 minutes. I think if he made it a little bit shorter, it would have been a little bit more impactful. I'm gonna give him a pass, but with notes of he's just still tightening it up a little bit. I feel like he said some witty stuff which I like. You know what I'm saying during the verses. But you could tighten it up and just make it shorter. I think, you have something with your tone. Use your tone more. You know what I'm saying? That's important. So I'm going to give it a pass.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Polo. Earning your first pass from the judges, Dumbo. Let's go over to the next judge on the lineup. He's a platinum producer. DJ Payne 1, you'll be up next. What do you think of Dumbo Skywalker and his song that he submitted?
Yeah, I agree with Polo again. I actually really liked it, like a lot. So I'm gonna give him a pass. I thought his tone was great. I love the melody. I just thought the words were just kind of weird. The melody of the hook was great. I'm not personally gonna sing I showed her my dick, whatever. I'm just not gonna do it. It was just weird. But I thought he had this perfect kind of blend of I'm from the Midwest. It reminded me a little bit of Bone, but then it also reminded me of Pop Smoke. And it was just a really nice combination. That's not to say he doesn't need improvement with the mix, with the writing, with that. But the potential is there. So definitely enjoyed listening to it. I think, just revise it. But you don't have to deal with all the foundational work of figuring out how to use your voice as an instrument because you already know that, or figuring out melody because you already have a good handle on that.
Awesome. Thank you for that. DJ Payne 1 giving you your second pass from the judges. Let's go over to the last judge. Let's get his thoughts on this. He's the vice president of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, what do you think of Dumbo and his song that he submitted?
His voice is amazing. So if he learns I mean, not even learns. If he starts to make proper songs, he's gonna have a career because his voice is amazing. His melodies is amazing. But like they said, I didn't like that song at all. But with that said, I feel like you have great potential. I feel like your voice cut through. Like when you have a voice and a tone that cuts through, like many people don't have that. So you have to just learn how to use it. So I'm gonna give you a pass, but definitely focus on your songwriting.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Sean Barron giving you another pass from the judges, Dumbo. Congratulations. You're the next artist today headed to the Coast to Coast Live World Championship next year, where you'll compete for the $50,000 in grand prizes. Dumbo, congratulations once again. We'll see you live on stage next year. All right, guys, next up on the lineup, we have ZJ. ZJ, let's go ahead and bring you on into the main room with me and the other three of the judges. All right, Z, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hey, what's going on? Where are you from?
What's up? I'm from Los Angeles, California.
Representing LA. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today. Give us your social media so everyone can go ahead and go check you out.
So my Instagram is ZEE.JAI_, and my Facebook is ZJAI Smith, and it's pretty much universal from there. My YouTube, SoundCloud, all that. ZJ Smith.
All right, dope. Now tell us a little bit about this song we're about to listen to today. ZJ and No Breaks, Feel Your Love. What is this all about? What are we about to listen to?
Yeah, so this is pretty much a collab I did with my boy down in Florida. Tapped in with a lot of artists down there, so I'll go down there and we make a lot of music together. So this song is basically for like if you ever, had a loved one that wasn't there, like whether they dead or incarcerated or in the military, whatever the case may be, just like you could still feel them there with you no matter what. So we had to put this one on wax.
All right, dope. So let's go ahead. Let's take a listen to ZJ with their song ZJ and No Breaks, Feel Your Love. Let me go ahead and load this up. We'll be right back.
Beat Down Films. Get down or get beat down.
Squad. CJ. Z. No breaks. J. Squad. I can feel ya. Feel ya. I can feel it. I can feel ya. Love a million miles away. I can feel ya. Love a million miles away. I can feel your love a million miles away. But I need you closer to me. But I need you closer to me. I need your love closer to me. Through the years, I done felt a lot of love lost. No one told me the prices of how much love costs. It can cost you everything. Fuck love, I'd rather buy the game a wedding ring. Then my dog gone and I can't get that love back. Rest in peace and free all my bros who sleeping on mats. And we don't show no love to rats. Sticking to the code, you other pussy niggas cat. I feel your love a million miles away. I can feel your love a million miles away. I can feel your love a million miles away. But I need you closer to me. But I need you closer to me. I need your love closer to me. I need you close to me, baby. The space and distance shit be driving me crazy. You know I grind on the daily, that's why I'm always away. You gon' always and forever be my babe. That's right. Lately I've been drinking, got me thinking crazy things, yeah, about you and me. People envy, cause they don't know love like this. The world treat them like shit. Let's be different. The hate in this world, put an end to it. That's what God meant. I can feel your love a million miles away. I can feel your love a million miles away. I can feel your love a million miles away. But I need you closer to me. But I need you closer to me. I need your love closer to me.
All right, everyone, so that was ZJ and No Breaks with their video that they submitted. Let's go over to our judges. Let's see what they thought. We'll start things off. He's a platinum producer. DJ Pain 1, you'll be up first. What'd you think of ZJ and her song that she submitted?
I really like her voice. I really like her the hook. The melody was great. I felt like there was too much going on in the vocal production. There was a lot of reverb. There were a lot of layers. Some of those layers clashed on the verse because I thought the hook, because I thought the hook had such a clear and memorable melody. And so I think just kind of, you know, working with people that can really bring the best out of your voice would be a smart move. I honestly wish she had approached her verse the way she approached the hook, because I think as far as melodies go, she gets it. And you know, the traditional rap sound is cool, but you know, nowadays it's all about the melody, and she's already there, so why not really take that and run with it? My sense is that she's not really aware of necessarily how strong of a singer she is, and she's kind of halfway in between the traditional rap and the singing. This is my personal opinion. Go all the way with the singing and really work on your voice and making sure that, you know, when you do those takes, you're not leaning on the auto-tunes too much so that it makes your voice sound shaky. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the feature, but I'm not voting for him, so I would pass her just based on her potential. But I guess it'd have to be a different song during the performance.
And that was a pass, right? DJ Pain 1, just want to confirm.
Yeah, yep.
Awesome. Thank you for that. DJ Pain 1 giving you your first pass from the judges. Let's go over to the next judge on the lineup. He's the VP of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, what'd you think of ZJ and her song that she submitted?
I like the beat you chose. I like the melodies. But I didn't like the overall song. And I feel like your mix needs to be way better. So for those reasons, I'm gonna give you a no pass.
Alrighty, thank you for that. Sean Barron, no pass from our second judge. So once again, we got a tie, 1 pass and 1 no pass. It's all up, once again, to our last judge on the lineup. He's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, it's all up to you. What'd you think of ZJ and her song?
That's it. Overall, I thought the song was just okay. I'm gonna be honest. I liked the hook, but I didn't like the feature on it. And then, you know, I didn't know if it was her song or his song, which is, you know, a little tough. I'm gonna say it's a no pass for now, but I feel like she, you know, keep getting records with those type of hooks and just stand out and shine more. I feel like, you know, she could have owned the record out a little bit more. So I'm gonna say it's a no pass for now.
Thank you for that, Polo. No pass, unfortunately, from our 3 judges today, ZJ. But check your email after this event. You're going to get some written feedback from all 3 of them on areas you can improve on, what they thought about your song. It was a pleasure to have you, ZJ. We hope to see you again on a future showcase. All right, guys, next up on the lineup, we have V De Savage. V De Savage, we're going to bring you on into the main room with me and the other 3 of the judges. All right, so V De Savage, can you hear us?
Yes,
hey,
yes, I can hear you.
What's going on? Where you from?
Yes, Texas Ave, Florida, Orlando. Yeah, Texas Ave.
Awesome. It's a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us today. What's your social media so everyone could go ahead and go check you out?
Yes, my social media is V De Savage Official, and my Twitter is Justice NV. My Facebook is Valencia Fort _Desire. My YouTube is V De Savage, and yeah.
All right.
Yeah, my SoundCloud is V De Savage too.
All right, awesome. V De Savage. Tell us a little bit about your song you submitted today. It's called Woke. What is this all about? What are we about to listen to?
Yes, it's like about it's like a fighting song, for girls and stuff. Like if like a girl don't like you, like, oh, she don't like me. Okay, like it's like a fighting song that hype you up before you go fight and stuff like that.
All right, awesome. So let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. This is Woke with V De Savage. Let me go ahead and load this up. We'll be right back.
Memphis got the money, babe.
So, like, I guess they know, like, start wasting my time. Like, I'm on my grind. Like, the fuck? The fuck? Let's get it, man. Let's get it. You don't want the savage up. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. You don't want the savage up. P-I-M-P, I got Henny in my cup. Left pussy juice on his lips when I dip. On my grind 365. That means every day. Nigga, I don't play. I put my pussy in his face. If I go to jail, bonded not the same day. But never gave a fuck about doing the race. Taking trips if I find out he fucking around, I'ma flip. B is the name. Spitting straight flame since I came in the game. We are not the same. Bitch, you are a lame. As not a beginning. I can teach it to you. Call me Master Splinter. If he broke, I take him as a joke. Ho get melted up. Ho get choked. You don't want the savage up. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Fuck you. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. Your girl B. Whatever I put color in the street, it be fire. He like the melody. I'm that one. I'm catching felony. I'm catching bodies. Shooting is my hobby. Hotels, we checking in the lobby. Different from them hoes instruments. Got the money, babe. While we lay in the bed. Seeing them crackers coming. So, flat. Bleeding black colors, nigga, blue and red. You don't want the savage up. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. Fuck that. Fuck all that. Fuck that shit. She say she don't like me? Well, fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch.
Memphis got the money, babe. Memphis got the money, babe.
All right, everyone. So that was V Da Savage with her song, bringing that fight song to Coast Live. Let's go over to our judges. Let's get their thoughts on this. Let's start off. He's the director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, you'll be up first. What do you think of V Da Savage? Do you feel like you want to fight someone?
Definitely. Definitely. Whoever she's talking about, they better go watch their back. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I thought it was cool. I feel like I'm not sure if she's been rapping for a while, or I'm looking. I don't know if she's been rapping for a while. I just feel like there needs to be more structure. It was a little bit all over the place. She was getting a lot of anger out, which you can hear it in the record, but you have to kind of rhyme too. You know what I'm saying? Figure out how to keep a flow, and I don't feel like she was kind of doing that. I think the anger came out more than the flow. So it didn't sound like a complete song to me, to be honest with you. And I feel like, there's, obviously the verse could be, the writing could be better on it. So right now is a no pass. But she came with a lot of energy, a lot of aggression. You just got to learn how to control that sometimes too. You know when you in that booth. So I'm not mad at the approach, but I just don't think it's enough to pass it to the next round.
Alrighty, there you have it from Polo. No pass from our first judge on the lineup. Let's go to the next judge. He's the vice president of A&R over at Motown Capitol Records, SHAWN BARRON. What do you think of Vida Savage and her song that she submitted?
I liked it. I mean, for one, you got to get a better mix on your song. So you gotta send it to the proper engineer to get your vocals mixed, have it sounding right. Yeah, whoever you wrote the song about better be careful for sure. I'm gonna pass it, but you need to come stronger next time.
All right, there you have it from SHAWN BARRON giving you your first pass. So once again, we have a tie. Vida Savage, you got one pass and one no pass. It's all up to our last judge on the lineup. He's a platinum producer. DJ Payne 1, it's all up to you. What do you think of Vida Savage and her song that she submitted?
I agree with both judges. Yeah, it was just kind of all over the place, but there was something about it that I liked. I guess it was the energy. And I think it'll translate well to a performance. So yeah, I'll give her a pass. I just think she really needs to take this as an opportunity to look at her. But she's jumping around right now. She's not listening to me. I put feedback. She can read it. I'm glad she's happy.
Awesome. There you have it from DJ Payne 1, Vida Savage. We see you going crazy here. You're the next artist today, headed to the Coast to Coast Live World Championship next year, where you'll compete for the $50,000 in grand prizes. Vida Savage, congrats once again. We'll see you live on stage next year. All right, guys, next up on the lineup, we have Hot Boy Didi. So let me go ahead. You're not in the chat room, but we do have your song that you gave to us. It's called Raised Me. So let me go ahead, load this up, and we'll be right back.
Change for 100, we want all the change. Change for 100. We want all the change.
I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I ain't that, but I get a boy from the 80s. If you owe me a check, then you need to pay me. See, I'm from the project, baby. Nigga been coming short with that chick, so I been tripping lately. Baby mama boyfriend broke, so she been acting crazy. I keep my son Reese with me, but damn, I miss Kaylee. Nigga talking like hoes, I don't know why they hate me. I keep that 4-5 with me, I keep it all safe. Shout to talk about my drill, because that shit basic. See my lawyer Jim Bird, he beat my gun cases. I really like to move fast, I don't have any patience. Please hurry the fuck up, I have no time for waiting. All that money you owe me, you need to fucking pay me. I ain't cooking your dope until you fucking pay me. When I'm serving you nigga, don't ask me what it weigh. Yeah, I'ma cut everybody until they fucking pay me. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hands dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. My Uncle Rick, this 17 jail cause he didn't snitch. Before I turn a wreck, I rather die line beach. Been in the kitchen all day, cooking with my wrist. My life changed the first time I seen him 36. So I been rapping, trapping, cooking dope ever since. I look up niggas like Jerry and Uncle Rick. When I was little, a lot of y'all couldn't cross the ditch. And Roy reached and grabbed my arm when I couldn't jump that fence. I know a nigga who got life with no evidence. The system fucked up, they don't care about who they kid. Ever since my birth, the city know I been lit. My girl got a fat ass because I like them thick. My family and my lifestyle, the reason I talk like this. Growing up in the project, you see all kind of shit. I know one thing, nigga, I gotta get rich. They fucked me up the first time I seen them 36. Swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hand dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hand dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hand dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne. I swear to God, I did it all on my own. My hand dirty, my life cursed, give me my throne.
We want all the change.
All right, everyone. So that was Hot Boy Didi with his song and his video that he submitted for us today. Let's go right over to our judges. Let's see what they thought. We'll start things off. He's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, we'll start off with you. What do you think of Hot Boy and his video that he submitted?
It was cool. This is where it felt a little bit outdated, a little bit. I feel like I wish the verses were a little bit tighter. I wasn't mad at the hook, but I wish the verses could be tighter. I wish the video was a little bit better. I'm on the fence on this one, to be honest with you. Let me go with my gut. I might just say, is it no pass for me?
All right, no pass from our first judge on the lineup. Let's go over to the next judge. Let's get his thoughts on this. He's a platinum producer. DJ Payne 1, what do you think of Hot Boy and his video that he submitted?
Yeah, I understand why Polo's on the fence. I thought the beat sounded dated. I thought the hook was just kind of, all right. It didn't stand out. It wasn't memorable. But I liked his verses, and I thought his voice was unique. I thought his delivery was unique. So my hope is always that I pass somebody and they just, in the meantime, work on improving these things, and then they come with a stronger song. So I'm gonna give them a pass.
All right, there you have it from DJ Payne 1, giving you your first pass from the judges. So once again, we have another tie, 1 pass and 1 no pass. It's all up to our last judge on the lineup. He's the vice president of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, we need a tiebreaker. It's all up to you. What do you think of Hot Boy and his video that he submitted?
Yeah, I agree with both judges. I did feel like it was a dated thing, but I did like his voice a lot. This is a tough one. I'm going to pass him, but he got to come better next time.
All right, there you have it. Sean Barron with the save, giving you your second pass. Hot Boy, congratulations. You're the next one to head to the Coast to Coast Live World Championship next year, where you'll compete for the $50,000 in grand prizes. Congrats once again. We'll see you live on stage next year. And with that, we've reached our last artist of the lineup today, Roz. We have your video here. It's called I in Need of Thee. It's got over 400,000 views. Let's go ahead. Let's take a listen. Let me load this up. We'll be right back.
Don't you know I ain't in need of thee?
Resident Stella, you make me shake. Coming together, this sound will fade.
Don't you know I ain't in need of thee?
Do you know me need ya? Making me wanna stay on ya. Me love ya. Yeah man, I'm only wish me could meet anyone before it is him was insane me. Even when you tell me got him all lose, then me got get again, then me got get again.
Set me as a seal upon your heart, a seal upon your arm that won't depart. For love is strong as life and death they see. Jealousy is as fierce as the grave. It's flashes of fire, the very flame of Jah Rastafari. Many waters cannot quench the love of the Most High above. Baby boy, me just wanna tell you the truth, that me deeply, truly, madly, and completely.
Shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Don't you know I ain't in need of thee?
Oh my gosh, me swear to God, me need shakalaka. Oh yeah, me swear me don't know the praise where me can carry on. Oh yes I, baby girl, if you don't know what's cooking now, you know. The kingdom of love is closer than the wind in your hair. Shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Don't you know I ain't in need of thee?
Resident Stella, you make me shake. Coming together, this sound will fade.
Don't you know I ain't in need of thee?
All right, everyone. So that was Ross with his song and his music video that he submitted for us. Let's go over to our judges. Let's get their thoughts on this. Let's start things off. He's a platinum producer. DJ Pain 1, you'll be up first. So what do you think of Ross and his video that he submitted?
I thought it had great energy. I thought the video was well shot and well produced. As far as the song, it sounded and felt chaotic. There was just a lot left to be desired when I was done. I just didn't feel like there was a strong core, a center to the song, an essence to the song. It was just kind of all over the place, and there were just people dropping in and out, and everyone was doing their own thing. It didn't feel cohesive, so it's a no pass for me.
No pass from our first judge, DJ Pain 1. Let's go over to the next judge. Let's get his thoughts on this. He's the vice president of A&R over at Motown Capitol Records, Sean Barron. What do you think of Ross and his video that he submitted?
Same exact words as Pain 1, so it's a no pass.
All right, there you have it from Sean Barron. No pass from our first two judges. With that, we'll go to our last judge on the lineup. He's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, what do you think of Ross and his video that he submitted?
Yeah, Piggy said it, hit it in the head, honestly. Exactly what I was going to say. I feel like the structure was all over the place. And then I don't even think, at one point, I don't even think it was a verse. I think it was just, they were just talking, so it's a no pass.
And Polo, let me ask you real quick. What is some advice you could give an artist who their song has that type of structure that's a little confusing to the listener? What advice could you give an artist to fix that issue?
Try to stick to the normal structure. I don't know. I just feel like Payne said, it wasn't cohesive. So even if the structure was fixed, it just still was all over the place. It's like they were just on top of each other. And I think that would probably come in you know, the producer or the engineer would have to work on that part for them to fix it. You know, I get what they were trying to do, but it was just, it the delivery was it was all over the place. So I'm honestly, you know, I would not say stick to the normal structure, because nowadays, what is a normal structure? Because I didn't sing songs with a verse, a hook, and then that's it, or a hook, verse, and hook, and that'd be all too. So, but at least it's still more cohesive. Like, you know, just like Kane said, this wasn't this. You know, I like dancehall music. I like reggae. I listen to a lot of that. So, you know, off the rip, I'm already judging it harshly because, you know, I'm a fan of that, you know, of that sound, and I don't feel like, you know, they didn't do a good job of creating that for me. You know what I mean? And yeah, it's a little hard with that one.
I feel you, Polo. Thank you for that. No pass, unfortunately, today, Ross, from the 3 judges. But check your email after this event. You're going to get some written feedback from all 3 of the judges. Thanks again for joining us. That was Ross, everybody. All right, guys, so that's our entire lineup for today. Before we go, let's give a big shout-out to all 3 of our judges for joining us today. Let me go ahead. Let me give him a big shout-out. We'll start off. He's the Vice President of A&R at Motown Capitol Records. Sean Barron, where can everyone find you on social media?
I'm at Sean Barron, SHAWNBARRON, on Instagram and Twitter.
Awesome, Sean. Such a pleasure to have you, man. Thank you so much for joining us for today's online event. Up next, he's a director of A&R at Rock Nation. Polo, where can everyone find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram under POLO_2X. Polo 2 times.
Awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today, Polo. It's always great to have you. And last but certainly not least, he's a platinum producer, DJ Pain One. Where can everyone find you on social media?
It's easy to find me. I'm at DJ Pain One, all social media. DJPain1Beats.com is the online beat catalog.
Awesome, Pain One. Thanks again for joining us for today's event. My name's Adonis Lugo. Be sure to check me out on Instagram as well. On behalf of myself, the judges, and the entire Coast to Coast Live team, we'll see you guys on the next one.